Attention passionate Seattle, SEAHAWKS fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle, SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. Today we're diving into a story that's causing quite a buzz around the NFL, especially among Seahawks fans. It's a trade that might seem small on paper but could have huge implications for the Seahawks defense and their entire season. We're talking about the Seahawks trading for a veteran safety, Landon Collins, a player with a rich history and a reputation for being a game-changer in the box. And trust me, this move could be a game-changer not just for the Seahawks, but for the NFC West as a whole. So, what's the scoop? Well, sources close to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler and other insiders have indicated that the Seahawks are closing in on a trade deal with the New York Giants, sending a fourth-round pick in 2026 in exchange for Collins, who signed through mid-2025 with the Giants. Now, at first glance, it might look like a typical mid-season addition, but if you look deeper, it's clear that Seattle's brass is making a statement. They're recognizing the need for veteran leadership and stability on defense, especially after some recent injuries that have left their secondary a little banged up. With Witherspoon, Woolen, and Love all dealing with injuries, knee, concussion, hamstring, the Seahawks have been searching for stability in their back end. Collins, with his experience and proven production, could be just what they need. But why Collins? Well, for starters, he's not just any safety. Drafted back in 2015 out of Alabama, Collins has carved out a reputation as one of the league's most versatile and reliable safeties. He's a three-time Pro Bowler, and in 2024 he played for the Commanders, racking up an impressive 112 tackles, placing him among the top 8 safeties in the league and adding 3 interceptions. Plus, his advanced stats are pretty eye-opening, a plus 0.14 EPA per snap, which puts him in the top 20 among safeties, and a PFF grade of 83. 2, also solidly in the top tier. His run defense grade, at 84.1, is also among the best, and he allows just 2.4 yards after contact per tackle. That's elite-level stuff. It's no wonder that teams like the Seahawks are eyeing him as a potential stabilizer. Now, let's talk about what Collins brings to Seattle specifically. As I mentioned, the Seahawks have been dealing with injuries in their secondary, Woolen's concussion, Witherspoon's knee, and Love's hamstring, making them vulnerable against the pass. They're currently ranked in the top 10 for pass yards allowed, giving up around 190 yards per game, but that's with some players sidelined. Adding Collins, a player who excels at controlling the box and making tackles in tight spaces, could be just what the Seahawks need to solidify that ranking. Think about it. Collins is a player who can command the box, be a vocal leader on the field, and help turn Seattle's defense into a more formidable unit. His ability to adapt to different schemes makes him a perfect fit for a Seahawks defense that's been trying to find consistency. And let's not forget about the division. The NFC West has been competitive this year, with the 49ers still looking like one of the top defenses in the league, and the Rams trying to hold their ground. The Seahawks, with their young core, have been trying to punch above their weight, especially on offense with Geno Smith, who's been steady and efficient, passing for around 400 yards and 9 touchdowns so far. But defense wins championships, and that's where this trade becomes so pivotal. Adding a veteran like Collins could elevate the Seahawks' run defense, which has been somewhat inconsistent. Currently, they allow around 120 rushing yards per game, ranking 20th in the league, but with Collins anchoring the secondary and linebacker Mafe providing pressure, he's got 6 sacks this year. They could push into the top 5 in run defense. Think about that for a second. If Seattle's run defense improves from 20th to top 5, that's a huge boost. It means their opponents will think twice before running the ball, giving Seattle more flexibility to attack offensively and control the clock. And with Geno Smith managing the game well, this improved defense could keep the Seahawks in more games, especially against top-tier teams like the 49ers and Eagles. It's all about creating a balanced team, and this move seems to be a step in that direction. Now, what about the impact on the Giants? Well, the Giants are in a bit of a rebuilding mode, with their odds of making the playoffs currently at around plus 12000, which is pretty long. They're sitting at 2-4, and the organization has been focusing on developing youth, especially on defense, trying to rebuild a team that's been inconsistent. Trading away Collins, a proven veteran, might seem risky, but it's a clear sign that they're betting on their young players and future draft picks to take a step forward. The risk, of course, is that their run defense could suffer. Statistics show that when they part with Collins, their EPA per run drops by around 8%. That's a significant decline, reminiscent of their struggles last year after losing players like Blake Martinez. But for the Giants, this is a calculated gamble. They're clearing cap space and getting future assets to rebuild, even if it means a short-term dip in defensive performance. Switching gears back to the Seahawks, the addition of Collins isn't just about plugging a hole. It's about elevating their entire defense and making a statement that they're serious contenders. The Seahawks have been steadily improving, and this move could push them into the upper echelon of NFL defenses. Their odds to win the Super Bowl have already improved from plus 4,000 to plus 2,200, which shows that the betting markets are starting to believe in their potential. If Collins can stay healthy and fully integrate into the team's scheme, he could be an X factor in the playoffs. His tackling ability, especially against elite running backs like Christian McCaffrey, could be crucial. Collins' ability to deliver big hits and force turnovers can swing games, and that's exactly what Seattle needs to push further into the postseason. In terms of team projections, if Collins adds around 100 tackles over the course of the season, an expected contribution given his history, and helps reduce the run yards allowed from 120 to about 90 yards per game, that's a massive difference. Plus, his presence alongside Quandre Diggs creates a formidable safety tandem, making it much harder for offenses to exploit the Seahawks' secondary. The synergy between Collins and Diggs could be reminiscent of their days in other systems, creating a dual threat against both the pass and run. As Mafe continues to develop, with his 6 sacks, and the Seahawks' defense grades around 85. 2. A significant improvement from their previous rankings, the Seahawks could be on the verge of a top 5 defense, something they haven't seen in recent years. The betting odds reflect this optimism, with the Seahawks moving into serious NFC contenders territory. Their chances to reach the Super Bowl have improved dramatically, and inside the locker room, players are surely feeling the energy and confidence that come with such a strategic move. The Seahawks have also been looking to bolster their run defense, which is crucial against NFC West rivals who rely heavily on the ground game. If Collins can deliver on expectations, Seattle could be looking at a dominant second half of the season, making a real push for deep playoff runs and possibly a return to the Super Bowl stage. So all in all, this move signals a shift in the Seahawks' approach, more aggressive, more veteran leadership, and a focus on bolstering their defense to match their offensive firepower. It's a bold move, but one that could pay off in a big way. The NFC West is no longer just about the 49ers' dominance. The Seahawks are signaling they're ready to challenge that hierarchy. And for fans, this is an exciting development to watch unfold as the season progresses. Will Collins live up to the hype? Can he help turn Seattle's defense into one of the league's best? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. Seahawks fans should be thrilled about the strategic move, and it could be the turning point for a team hungry for another Super Bowl run. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Seattle Seahawks news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this trade for Landon Collins? Do you believe he can be the difference maker that propels Seattle into the elite tier of NFL defenses? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks organization. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, insights, and news stories, so stay tuned. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see how this move unfolds in the coming weeks. Thanks for being part of this community, and as always, go Seahawks.